Today we're doing a review of this guy, the Peak Design Tech Pouch Small. In this review, we're gonna pack it out, talk about the honest pros and the cons, and if you ain't quite feeling this thing, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video where I'll make some alternative tech pouch recommendations that might be a bit more up your alley. Let's talk about the gist of the Peak Design Tech Pouch Small. And to understand the Peak Design Tech Pouch Small, you gotta understand the Peak Design Tech Pouch Regular, because this was the original Peak Design Tech Pouch. It came out of the market like a cowboy from hell. I mean, this thing became like the ultimate tech pouch. And the reason being, it's really impressive and innovative organization with this origami-style pocketing, but also phenomenal materials, great construction and build. And this is just one of Peak Design's best products. Everyone agrees about that. Everyone. But then after many years, Peak Design's like, yo, let's take the regular and let's make a smaller version out of it. Some of the top features of this tech pouch are, it's smaller and more compressible, malleable build, especially in comparison to the original tech pouch. Again, it's origami style pocket configuration. It's clean look. We only got one compartment, the main compartment. Nothing in the front, nothing in the back. And as you can see right here, you also got some integration into Peak Design's modular ecosystem, which I'll explain a bit more in, I don't know, like 90 seconds. The Peak Design Tech Pouch Small currently comes in 5 color options and a few different fabric options, the Coyote, for instance, being X-Pack. It's advertised to be 1 liter in size. For dimensions, we've got a width of around 10 inches, a height of around 5.5 inches, and a base depth of around 3 inches. It's super light, only weighs 7 ounces, and the price runs around 50 to 60 USD depending on which fabric you get. And that does come with Peak Design's killer lifetime warranty. And if at any point in time, you, like me, are like, damn, that thing is friggin' gorgeous, and I'm totally gonna buy one. And you're gonna make a purchase, you wanna find out more information, we do recommend that you do so using the first link in the description. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps us support the Nomadization YouTube channel and team so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Let's talk about the outside of the Peak Design Tech Pouch Small. Fabric. This is a polycarbonate Codra nylon. 400D. Nylon is a great fabric that's very abrasion resistant and weather resistant and durable and beautiful. And the polycarbonate coating gives it even more weather resistance. It's got a really nice texture to it. Peak Design's been using these fabrics for years. And like, you rarely ever see anybody online complaining about them because they're just really high quality fabrics. But it should be noted again, the Coyote version of this tech pouch is currently using X-Pack. Very different fabric. Peak Design's branding, top right here, super subtle. And one thing to note about the outside, like, in comparison to the regular, this had a lot more padding to it. Not much, it's not a hard shell, right? It's not like the Nomadic tech pouch where this thing is hard. This one's sort of like middle of the road padding, but the small in comparison is significantly less padded, which I love. Makes it lighter, you can pack a little bit more. It just feels great. And one thing that also feels great is a tech pouch that can self-stand. And this tech pouch self-stands very, very well. It's not gonna give you that full desk caddy access like the Evergoods Cap 2, right? Where everything's just sort of ing itself to you, but still your gear is fairly accessible. Now let's talk about the back, where you can see we have these 2 external lash points, and then we got these little dingleberries right here. Now these little dingleberries are a part of the Peak Design modular ecosystem. And it should be noted, these do not come included with the tech pouch, right? We just have a lot of Peak Design gear. So if you are a photographer, because Peak Design makes a lot of photographer-friendly gear, and you have these attachment points, you can go ahead and tie them onto these latch points and clip them into the photography strap, therefore transforming this tech pouch into a sling. And Peak Design has another strap that's actually more integrated with this, but that's the cool thing about Peak Design's system is like their products work really well together. Like any sling slash tech pouch, it's not gonna be a great sling because it's definitely a tech pouch first, a very distant first. But you know, if you wanna wear it like this, totally gets the job done as well. All right, moving on, let's talk about the inside of the Peak Design Tech Pouch Small. Starting with the zipper. Now, Peak Design is one of the few premium carry brands that doesn't use YKK zippers. And that's okay, because they use Ultra Zips, which although they're not as well known as YKK, they're just as reliable. This is a PU coated zipper as well. PU coatings are great because it gives you extra weather protection, but these coatings might peel over time. Something to keep in mind. Single zipper access to the main compartment, and when you're in, it's groovy, baby. You are groovalicious. In the main compartment, we have a pen sleeve, 1, 2, 3 pockets in the back, the 2 origami style pockets, which also act as a divider, and then a zippered pocket at the back that also has 1, 2, 3 small pockets here. Time to pack it out. All right, so here I got a bunch of EDC stuff. We're gonna test it out and see what fits. Pen, super easy, goes in the little loop right here. This is a standard .38 pen from Muji, which if you like pens, this is the best pen I've ever had in my entire life, especially the blue. On these 1, 2, 3 back pockets, I think it's a good spot for wires. Let's go ahead and put some cables here, another charging cable here, and some headphones here. So you can see sort of what we got going on with the wire department. And I like these pockets more than like traditional elastic loops. It's just a little bit tidier and easier to manage. Now in the origami pockets, that's usually where the bulkier gear is gonna go. This is a Xiaomi Quiet Mouse. No one in America is gonna know what that means, but it's a bulkier mouse, right? So we can go ahead and slide that right in there. I got my Anchor battery. What I like about this origami pocket is it gives you a little bit of room, you know? So if you wanna put something bulkier on this side, the stretchy property of this fabric gives it some maneuverability. So for instance, if you wanna put like a big old adapter on this side, it can totally fit. Zipper pocket. Like I said, we got the 1, 2, 3 slots, which are perfect for SD cards, but you can also store smaller things there. I'm gonna pop my AirPods on one side, tape measure on the other. I got a microfiber cloth, pop it in there, fantastic. And this should be able to close. Let's give it a little test run. Oh yeah. No, not the Zin, anything but the Zin. All right, a little test run, close it on shut. Man, that is a beautiful, neat, tidy, self-standing tech pouch. Just to show you a few other things, passport size notebook. You can slide that on in there. Little Vietnamese protein bar. Throw some tissues in there. Honestly, it packs a bit more of a punch than it looks like it's going to. I just love this thing. God, you're great. And by the way, if you're watching this video and you're thinking to yourself, whoa, this dude is a nerd for bags. And I love it. I want to nerd out with him more. How can I take this nerdification of bags to the next level? Well, if that's the conversation you're having in your head, from one bag nerd to another, I cordially invite you to not only subscribe to the Nomads Nation YouTube channel, but to also subscribe to the Nomads Nation newsletter, where I give you like a deeper look into what's happening in the world of carry and bags. So if you want me to be your reporter in the field for the biggest events, I'm talking limited edition drops, newest releases from the brand's biggest to smallest and everything in between, then you're gonna wanna look for this globe emoji in the description below. That's where you can access the Nomads Nation newsletter. I hope to see you in your inbox. Okay, back to this little guy. I'm not gonna lie, I freaking love this tech pouch. But no tech pouch is perfect. So let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the Peak Design Tech Pouch Small. Pro number 1, it self-stands. Pro number 2, it can be converted into a sling. And pro number 3, I just think it's the perfect balance of like simplicity while also having a decent amount of organization. But on the cons, for some of y'all out there, this origami pocket configuration running right down the middle is going to compromise space, which means you can't put like bulkier things in this tech pouch. Con number 2 is some people do like a quick access front or back pocket on their tech pouch, which this has none of. Con number 3 is that for some of y'all, the capacity is just not gonna be big enough. It's definitely a minimalist tech pouch. But maybe you're in the market for a minimalist tech pouch. If that's the case, and you are thinking about making a purchase, just a reminder, we do recommend you do so with the first link in the description to make sure you get the best price. And if there is a discount code, that's where it'll be. But if you're not quite sold, I did tease a couple of alternative tech pouch recommendations. Let me walk you through them real fast. Alternative recommendation number 1, easy, the Peak Design Tech Pouch Regular. This is a great option for you if you're looking at this and you're like, there's not enough pockets. There's not enough space. What am I supposed to do with this? And if that sounds like you, then you'll love the Peak Design Tech Pouch Regular. Bunch more pockets, bunch more space, basically twice the size, while also giving a little bit more padding and protection. Ooh, and a top handle, because a lot of people like top handles on their pouches because it's at the bottom of your backpack and like it's just easier to kind of grab it this way. Top handles on pouches rock. But also potentially you might be like, oh, I like that whole desk caddy thing where you showed a pouch being able to stand by itself, but also open and present all of my gear to me, like my own beautiful personal assistant. And that's what the Bellroy desk caddy does best. It's very similar to the Peak Design Tech Pouch Smalls, where it's minimalist, beautiful, great materials, great design. But as you can see, it does fully stand and open up in a way that just makes your EDC gear a bit more accessible, especially when you're working. And we have done reviews on both of these tech pouches, and to watch them, just check out these videos right here. If you got any questions about any pouches or any bags in general, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.